Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another reading, guys. I am here hanging with the saucy beaver and her baby, Maggie Lee, this little saucy beeves. So I keep hearing the message from the Divine Feminines, and you guys sound a little bit rebellious. I don't know why, but in this reading, it's about the Divine Feminines being rebellious towards the Divine Masculines, and your Masculines receive it. They can feel it. They're picking up on it. They're silent. They're intimidated. Because I feel like for the most part, they tend to feel like they're in control, but when you're angry, Divine Feminine, I feel like you hold all of the control. When you're irritated, when you are going through the dark night of the soul, when you become the phoenix rising from the ashes, I feel like there's a level of respect that many of your masculines hold towards you. And I want you guys to know, like, the message and the dream that I received is that they also fear you, okay, when you're in this state of mind, when you are ready to affect change, plant seeds, when you're serious about your mission work. It's like everybody better get the hell out of the way. And I feel like a lot of your masculines they're holding space for you. It's like they can't help but think about you in the day. And if it's anything that gets your masculine to connect to prayer, it's you, Divine Feminine, okay? And oftentimes, many of you may not like to hear this, but that's, a major part of the reason why your Divine Masculine won't disappear. It's why they keep coming back. It's why they're always drawn to you. Okay, you're the light. You're the soul that makes them want to go within, sit down, and connect to God. So they can't help but be around constantly, even when you are in this wrath energy, as per the last reading. So I'm going to draw some more cards on that. It'll, I guess, be in like an extension of the last reading. Why is the feminine in this wrath energy? Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, 8 is about advancement, okay? 8 is about having to let go and move on, and you're trying to get to that fulfillment, and sometimes you got to turn your back on everything that you've built. Okay, everything that you thought you knew was love, everything that you thought you knew was a relationship and love, and the sacrifices that you've put into connections. Now it's time for you to realize that sometimes it wasn't enough, it wasn't good enough for other people. Other people might have made you feel like you weren't good enough, no matter how much you gave with this 8 here. I mean, 8 is a big number, right? You were confident. You passed that 7, right? You were confident that this was the relationship for you. But that 8 always reminds us that, let's see what falls here. What does it remind us of? When we try to get to that 9 fulfillment, it reminds us to really humble ourselves here. And I feel like, we have the sun and the moon here. Many of you are having to let go of the things that are making you just feel drained or tired, even if it is the twin flame journey. It may come along with, during the dark night of the soul, workplaces, getting rid of your relationships with certain family and friends who just drain you, friends you've been friends with for a long time. It's like things are shifting. Like, you just want to be a loner right now. Like, look at this card. You just want to be a loner. The sun is there because you know that you'll find happiness in that. Look at the flames from the candle lighting up the sky in the tarot card here. But, sometimes being the loner is what's going to bring you that sun energy, that happiness, that renewal, right? But the moon often uncovers the hidden truths about people. And oftentimes the sadness and the 8 energy of having to advance, okay? All the 7s were about confidence. You were on top of yourself, right? You had everything going well. But now all of a sudden you're discovering deceit around you. People are not who they seem. All of a sudden people are showing their true colors. And you're finding the strength now to walk away from that. But what are the results? Is this the 4 of Swords coming out again in this reading? So again, rest and recuperation. I noticed in one of the comment section of the last video, someone had asked like if I could do a separate video on how I cleanse my home and how I keep it or how I get rid of negative energy. For me, like growing up in Trinidad, I'll tell you guys a few things I know about negative energy, okay? So it's dark, it's dirty, Do you guys remember? I don't know what song it was. Maybe it's Sesame Street. Everything's dirty and dusty and gringy. I don't know if it's Oscar the Grouch singing about himself. But I feel like what's happening for many of us is like, you know, a lot of the things that are in our homes, the experiences that we've had, old clothes that we have stuck in our home from all of it's attached to energy, right? So when you want to pick up on a new vibration, you have to shed your skin. And sometimes shedding your skin can be a little bit uncomfortable, or it may take a long time because you literally have to get rid of things from your space in your home that are attached to feelings and emotions and experiences from your past. Right? That's why getting rid of old clothes that you've had since high school is sometimes like hard. It's like, oh, like I remember like I got this from this person. Like you have to declutter your home, and your home is often a reflection of your mind. Okay, so that's why I talk about having clear bathroom counters. The only thing that should be there is like maybe a nice plant and like literally your toothbrush, floss, and mouthwash, and that's it. Don't let any lotions on the side or extra clutter clutter up your elbow room, like, you know. And so that way you have a nice clean experience. Your sink should always be clean, okay? And what I do as a tip is and this is all about this Four of Swords energy, okay? This is what you guys are thinking about. This is like while you guys are like, oh my god, I'm suffering, I need a change, I need to do something different, like how do I heal? Please God help me. Four of Swords is about, you know, tapping into prayer, right? It's like you don't have anybody you can count on right now other than yourself, your higher self, and your connection with God, right? So many of you are in that position. You've been forced into that position. So the thing to do is to, like, I feel like the message is like, you're worthy, you're lovable, you got it. Relax yourself a little bit. In Trinidad, we say, relax yourself, naman. Relax yourself. Sit down. Take a little drink and sing that way. Sit down. But that's because in Trinidad, you know, there's a lot of embracing the dark and light. That's why it's such a small island. It's like a small percentage of us meant to, you know, kind of help spread and plant those seeds of truth. But I feel like, you know, clear out your space, give yourself room to breathe and grow, because, you know, even if you do have a lot of clutter, store it away in cabinets. And guys, get rid of, like, literally throw out things you're not using or you don't need. Like the other day I had to throw out a whole bunch of tarot and oracle boxes, and I was so attached to the boxes because they're just so pretty and beautiful and sturdy. I was like, oh, I can maybe save it and keep jewelry in it or keep something. But it's like, the fact is I've had it sitting there for like 2 years and all it's done is take up space in my home. And so I had made the decision maybe like 4 days ago to just completely get rid of all of the boxes and just keep my tarot cards on shelves, because I do use them. I use my oracle cards and my tarot cards, and it's often difficult to put them back in the boxes. And so I had to get rid of stuff. Like the boxes were so beautiful and, like, you know, so sturdy. And like this box that these cards came in, it was a huge box and it opened up and there was velvet inside. But, you know, as much as it was beautiful to the eye, I just had to let it go, to be honest with you guys. And I think that that's what this Four of Swords is trying to teach us here. But we do have victory here coming up with the Three of Cups, okay? And what I feel from that is that we had the Eight of Cups here, okay, which was understanding that you've put a lot into relationships, and now you're starting to realize, you know what, I've got to go and kind of regroup. This might be your cave here in the background as well, but you got to kind of go back and pull back a little bit and regroup. But I feel like the Three of Cups here is the outcome. You know, it's like there is something to be celebrated here. There are good times to be celebrated, but a lot of the times we forget about the inner work that needs to be done. You know, when we are going through these very painful moments, many of us feel like we're under spiritual attack, we're being watched. Sometimes you feel like, you know, just the sheer burden of being like even a tarot reader in the community and sharing the messages that you know to help the collective along. You know, sometimes many of us who are on the twin flame journey, you know, we have our moments, I know I do, of being like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, what am I doing here? But each time I turn to this energy and I pray, I'm shown the dreams and the visions of why it's important to stay the course, and it's important to be accountable. It's important to remain present. in our daily experiences and what God has set out for us to do. And, you know, God may be triggering to hear for some of you, like the word God, but it's like, you know, just related to the universe. Like for me, growing up Hindu, like Shiva is the universe. Like when I picture what the universe looks like, I literally picture Lord Shiva meditating, and all of the cosmos are just within his body. And so, you know, we're along different aspects of Lord Shiva, and what a better place to be than within our creator. So if many of you are just stuck on the journey, you're feeling attacked, like these swords are literally above this person. Who knows if it's going to dangle over them, or maybe they're praying that it doesn't fall and like slice into them. Because I feel like a lot of you too, like you're just like, how much more hurt can I put up with on this journey? But the universe is saying, you don't have to put up with anything. Turn to God and give all of your worries to a lot of the spirit guides and angels and God in the universe. All of the protection around you has offered you. Right? Sometimes you feel cornered by the programming that has been delivered to you, but all you have to do is stop and ask. I think that's one of the most valuable things I've been told on this journey. Just ask. My beautiful sister, you know, I'll never forget it. Like, you know, we would have late discussions at night, just sister to sister talk. Chrissy, I love you. But, you know, she would always remind me, like, Mare, come on, like, whatever you want, just ask. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to prove anything to the world. Like, if you want something, just ask for it. Ask for help. And then that was the beginning of my journey of connecting with just source energy, God within myself, knowing that I came from something greater. Like, I started seeing it as like a very beautiful privilege to be on this earth. And that's what I think many of us take for granted. We don't realize how strong we are and how much we deserve to have that life that we wanted for ourselves when we incarnated here. Okay, so now is an important time of ignoring the illusions and going after what it is you want, because this Four of Swords here tells me that you guys are secure, you're protected. Okay, and I think we talked about the Four of Swords in the last reading, so check it out if you guys haven't. These are too many, but I'll take what came at the very top and at the bottom as well. Okay, so what are you guys learning out of the experience on your twin flame journey? Just walking away from the heartbreak and turning to prayer and having the outcome be something to celebrate. What does your twin flame's higher self want to communicate? Okay, so we have engagement, so taking things to another level. It may not be like you two physically getting engaged like how Earth has it here, but engagement means like, you know, what do you do when you get engaged, right? It's like after a period of courting, you make a commitment to someone to say, hey, listen, like, I want to take things further with you. I want to see what it's like to get to know deeper layers of you, experience more of life here on Earth with you. I want to know what that's like. That's what I feel like many of you are embarking on this journey, you know, letting go of levels of your ego, like the hurt, the pain, the triggering, the anger, and just continue to push it forward and not, you know, dilly-dally in old energies for too long. Okay, we have also keep an open mind here. Okay, so your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectations. I feel like both of you are struggling with the idea that you're so different from one another. But that's the challenge, is to, you know, really look deeper within that lesson, because you both have, I'm seeing like, you know, two scenarios. Okay, so two people who it's like, despite your differences, you've communicated already, you've made eye contact, you've been in each other's presence, you've smelt each other's pheromones. I don't know why I'm being guided to say that, but that's a big thing. I don't know why I'm picking up on that very heavily, but it's like you two just instinctively know that you want this bond and this connection, and whatever inner work that you've got to do in the meantime, however humbling it might take, and taking hits and slowing down and, you know, receiving karma as well as dishing out karma. You know, many of you, I feel like both of you, divine masculine and divine feminine, if this reading has reached you, this is a reading that says that you both are really committed to the journey at this time. And the reason you're committed is because you're asking for the proper guidance and you're receiving it, which is take things to another level. Don't be afraid to love one another. Open up your eyes and realize that this is a gift. This connection is a gift to you both at this time. All right. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's reading. You guys take it easy tonight, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's readings. Bye.